What's up guys, Vyminal back at it again with another video, and this is my Logitech G304 ultralight modification. Now before we get started with the video, I just want to get this out of the way. The 304 and the 305 are the exact same product. The 305 is sold in the US and the West, and the 304 is sold in Asia, but they're the exact same thing. And I'm going to be calling this mouse the 304 for the rest of the video, so nobody gets confused, okay? On to the subject matter at hand. This is the Logitech G304 ultralight modification. Now it doesn't come out of the box looking like this. Not at all. Not at all. Why is this mouse so special? Why have you been seeing it all over the internet in recent months, despite it coming in an ordinary looking box, despite it having an ordinary price tag? Well, let me explain it in the simplest way possible. This mouse has the exact same sensor as the G Pro Wireless, the Hero 16K sensor. With the right modifications, with the right steps, it can weigh less than the G Pro Wireless. The G Pro Wireless is supposed to be Logitech's lightest mouse, but if you apply the same steps that I did, you can end up with a much lighter mouse for 1/3 the cost of the G Pro Wireless, with the body type of the G102. Now if you're like me, if you have average sized or small hands and you use a claw grip, the G102 is the perfect body type. Now all of a sudden you have a G102 mouse with a Hero K sensor that only weighs 77 grams. A mere 77 grams, guys. And if you've been keeping up with the mouse world recently, you know that every company nowadays is trying to one-up each other by creating a mouse that's lighter than the other. Now all of a sudden you have a mouse that's readily available that rivals the weight of the final mouse or the Model O, which weighs around 70 grams. This one weighs 77 grams. So yes, I'm telling you, for 1/3 the price, for less than 50 bucks, you can get a mouse with the same sensor as the G Pro Wireless with a lighter weight and the perfect body type for a small hand using claw grip. It sounds really insane, but it's also very real. And it's honestly one of the best mice I've ever felt, if not the best. The perfect mouse for my hand and my playstyle. And I honestly can't see myself using a different mouse. And mind you, I've used the Model O, I've used the Final mouse, I've used the G Pro Wireless, I've used the G302 Lightspeed, and by far this one trumps all of them. Now I'm sure you're dying to know how to get it down to this weight. How do you get it down to 77 grams? Let me start off by explaining the differences of battery types, battery sizes, and battery weight classes. Now the G304 has a battery cage that suits a AA alkaline battery. Chances are, if you're watching this video right now using the mouse, you probably have a AA alkaline battery that weighs a lot. As you know, a single AA battery can weigh quite a bit. There are two main battery types available everywhere on the market: alkaline and lithium. It doesn't really matter what brand you use, and they all weigh very similar. What matters is the type of battery that you use. An alkaline cell weighs a lot more than a lithium battery. I have here a lithium AA battery, a alkaline AAA battery, and finally a lithium AAA battery. Now you can alter the weight of the mouse drastically simply by changing the battery that you use for the mouse. The first weight class is a AA alkaline cell, the most common battery found, and it's going to cause the mouse to weigh 95 grams approximately. Moving up the ladder, you're going to go to a lithium AA battery, and it's going to cause it to weigh 88 grams. So the battery is 7 grams lighter than an alkaline AA cell. Moving up the ladder even further, you're going to go to a AAA battery, AAA alkaline, and it's going to cause it to weigh 84 grams, an additional 4 grams lighter. Moving up the ladder to a AAA lithium battery with the stock battery cover, you are going to bring it down to 80 grams, the exact same weight as the G Pro Wireless. 3D printing a battery cover from a design found on the internet will bring it down even further to 77 grams. Finally, removing the cover altogether will bring it down to a final weight of 73 grams. And that's absolutely insane. 73 grams is really close to the Model O, weighing in at 70 grams. It's crazy. Now you're probably thinking, how do you fit a AAA battery inside a battery cage that requires a AA battery? It's very, very simple. All you need is a piece of aluminum foil. Aluminum foil is made out of aluminum, and aluminum is conductive. And essentially, you are extending the battery contact using the aluminum foil, so a smaller battery would be able to reach the contact point of the battery cage using the aluminum foil. So all you have to do is fold a small piece of aluminum, put it inside the battery cage, and then snugly slide in the AAA battery, and it would work. It's that simple. It's simple logic. All you're doing is extending the battery contact point using a conductive material such as aluminum foil. And it's completely safe. A lot of people have been doing it. A lot of people have been using it. It doesn't move around. Even if I shake it, you don't hear any noise. It works perfectly fine. So there you go. Step 1 is finding the right battery type. AAA lithium battery from Energizer. It lasts the longest. I don't know exactly how long it lasts, but out of the box, using an alkaline cell, a AA alkaline cell, it's supposed to last 250 hours of computing use. Now I've been using this mouse for the past 2 weeks, probably at least 12 hours a day, and it's still working fine on a single AAA lithium battery that I haven't changed. So I assume it's going to last me about a month. The first step is finding the right battery, and you want to find a AAA lithium battery. The next step is converting the AAA battery to fit into the AA battery cage of the 304. Now after you've done that, experiment whether or not you want to use the mouse with the mouse cover, with the battery cover, or without the battery cover, because it's going to drastically affect the weight. This battery cover weighs 8 grams in itself, and without it, it's going to weigh 8 grams less. Now if you want to take it a step further, if you want to customize the mouse, you're going to do what like I did. You're going to do what other people did as well. And a lot of people are customizing their 304s with different designs of battery cages and body types. I'm going to leave a link to the design I used on this mouse, and it's completely free to download, by the way. Now there's a reason why I didn't decide to 3D print an entire mouse body. You can get it to weigh around 50 something grams with the entire mouse body being 3D printed. But I didn't choose to do that. Why? Because I happen to think that 73 grams or 77 grams is a light enough weight for me. And I really don't like how the filament feels. I can't imagine using this mouse with the whole body, especially the clickers, being made out of the 3D filament. Like I don't like how rough it feels. This has already been sanded, but it still feels a bit rough. I don't like how it feels. And it's also very brittle, very fragile. So I can imagine the mouse isn't going to be durable if the whole thing is made out of this thing. You know, if you want to experiment, take it a step even further, you know, go ahead. Nothing's stopping you. It's very simple to take the mouse apart and then replace the mouse body with a 3D printed version and get a much lighter mouse. But for me, I think this is like the best version of the ultralight mod, and the common ground is basically just replacing the heavy battery cover with a 3D printed battery cover and then using a AAA lithium battery. So you end up with something like 77 grams, which is insane. It's just insane. The freedom you get using a wireless mouse, a wireless Lightspeed mouse, it's something that you cannot compare to a wired mouse. And then once you've felt the freedom of a Lightspeed mouse, you will never go back to using a wired mouse. I promise you that. So that's it for my video of the Logitech G304 ultralight mod. Hope you found this video to be informative, and if you have a G304 and if you like a lighter mouse, I hope you give this a shot because it's really easy and anybody can do it. Thanks for watching. This has been Vyminal. I'll catch you next time.